Viola rules here, and welcome back to
Now
Danganronpa
then,
2 Goodbye
let's begin
Despair.
with a simple
It's time for the
explanation of the
class
class
trial
trial.
for Hyoko and Ibuki. I made absolutely no changes to the stuff I have equipped. In fact, I didn't even buy any more skills. I'm going to save up for the rest. To be honest, there aren't any other skills that I really want right now. I think I have all the ones I would want. So let's go ahead and get started.
During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it.
Yep, we know.
If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island.
Right.
Oh well, who cares about this boring explanation? Let's get on with it already.
Yeah.
I don't mind starting the trial, but I don't really have a grasp of how the case played
Yeah,
out.
so Hajime's rude.
You know, because I was asleep the whole time.
Right.
Even if you do grasp it, you're just gonna confuse the heck out of us.
We need everyone's help. Can people stop?
But Nagito's not alone. I don't really get it
I think
either.
even if you were there, you still wouldn't really get it, Akane.
You're fine. Your head's empty anyway.
Exactly.
Empty head? Huh. What's wrong with
Oh,
that?
so you know.
Listen up. The emptier your head, the more dreams you can stuff inside it, you know?
Okay, I guess.
Anyway, we shouldn't proceed with the trial if those two can't participate in the
Good
arguments.
point.
Since he's the first witness, why don't we ask Hajime to explain the incident and the sequence of events?
Okay, I can do that.
Then, let's start with when we split into the hospital team and motel team because of the despair disease. The hospital team consisted of Nagito, Ibuki, and Akane, who were infected, and Mikan, Fuyuhiko, and me.
Right.
The other 5 in the motel team were myself, Gundam, Kazuichi, Chiaki, and Hyoko.
Spending the night at the hospital was prohibited, so Hajime and I had to sleep at our cottages.
Right. Because sleeping in
I
the
woke up at my
on-call
cottage on
room
the day the
was
incident happened.
dangerous. But even sleeping in our cottage was dangerous. We almost died on both occasions.
Mikan came by to wake me up and told me that Nagito had recovered from his symptoms.
Right.
We immediately headed over to the hospital, and after we confirmed his recovery, I made Mikan rest in the on-call room, since she hadn't slept all night, while I waited in the hospital lobby. And then, I saw the incoming signal light on the surveillance camera blinking before our scheduled time. When I pressed the button to turn on the monitor, what appeared on screen was
Ibuki hanging herself. Of course, we're gonna flash back.
a video of someone wearing a hospital gown and a hemp bag on their head, climbing a stepladder.
Amazing! That's such a heart-pounding story. And then what did you do,
Nagito's
Hajime?
reactions to everything.
I tried to stop them, of course. I rushed out of the hospital and ran to where the video was being recorded, the music venue. But it was too late.
Yep, definitely was.
By the time I arrived, the person wearing the hemp bag on their head was already hanging from the ceiling. I thought I should tell the others right away, so I headed to the motel.
Why the motel?
Because it was close to the music venue, and unlike the hospital, there were more able-bodied people there. At least, that's what I thought. But the only person who came with me was Chiaki.
Yeah.
But I remember feeling a little relieved because not long after, we met up with Mikan and Fuyuhiko.
Right.
We were also looking for Ibuki since she disappeared from our sight.
After I rested for a bit, I started counting everyone at the hospital. And then I noticed Ibuki was gone. So I sprinted out of the hospital. Coincidentally, I ran into Fuyuhiko. So I fled with him in various ways to see if he could help
In
me out.
various ways?
Various ways?
Don't say it like that and confuse people.
What does she
After I
mean
heard
by
from
that,
those two that
though?
Ibuki
Like her
disappeared,
typical way of
I
asking
had a
for
feeling
help,
she
I
was the
guess?
person wearing the hemp bag. So I immediately led them to the music venue.
Yeah.
But the door wouldn't open. Since we had no other option, the 4 of us broke down the door. And when that happened, we didn't just find Ibuki's body. We also found Hyoko's.
Yep.
And not just that. Her body was taped to a pillar.
That's when we heard the body discovery announcement. Not once, but twice in a row.
Yeah.
And so we decided to lower the hanged body, didn't we?
Yes.
When we removed the hemp bag, just as we feared, it was Ibuki.
So that's how the case played out. Thank you. I understood it very easily.
You're welcome.
Well, it's clear what the problem with this case is. When Hajime left the music venue, who...
Wait, how do I know anything Hajime just said is true?
Oh, here we go.
Sorry, I'm only being impartial right now. And the story I just heard is clearly suspicious.
Okay.
Hajime, if you're the only one who saw the hanging video, and the first one to discover Ibuki's body, then you could be lying as much as you want right now, right?
You make a good point, but I'm not lying.
Lie? Why would I lie?
Yeah, I'm the main protagonist. I can't lie.
Obviously. So you could make us ignore what might be an inconvenient truth for you.
Inconvenient
me?
truth.
If you're not lying, I would like you to prove it.
Okay, I can do that.
Come on, try to prove it to me. Prove you're not the killer.
Just as Kazuichi said, Nagito's the kind of guy who will just confuse us and make matters worse. No, he's trying to help. Darn it, I shouldn't have explained it to Nagito. I'm in trouble now thanks to that. Okay, here we go. Make your argument. What do I need? Movie invitation ticket. Remember Nagito told us to hold on to that?
Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
If Hajime's testimony is a lie,
It's not.
then the fact that Ibuki hung herself...
That would also be a lie.
I don't think I can deny that possibility. After all, Hajime is the only witness.
That's true. Okay, I was about to show
Why
that.
would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously, because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie means it probably is Hajime's fault.
Oh, that's what I was supposed to shoot because I didn't watch the movie until afterwards. Okay, I got it.
Hajime's testimony is...
Hajime's... And the fact that Ibuki...
That would also be a...
I don't think I can deny. After all,
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously, because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
I was gonna try and go for an achievement where you don't use the concentration thing at all, but I
I'm
don't
not the
really
killer.
want to
I mean,
right
there's
now.
no way I'd be able to imitate that movie.
Of course you're not. I already knew that.
Headset, please. Oh, the music was supposed to cut out. Okay. Sometimes my headset goes on the fritz and cuts out. I thought that's what happened.
Before the
Never
incident,
mind.
Hajime had never watched that movie. His invitation ticket is proof of that. Each person only received one ticket, and they're marked with a stamp that shows the date and time. Isn't that right, Monokuma?
Yes, no mistakes there.
Which means there's no way Hajime, who never saw the movie, could commit murders that imitated
Well,
it.
thank you for clearing our name.
Or did anyone tell him what happens in the movie? Of course no one did, right?
Hold on a sec! You're the one who brought this up in the first place!
Yeah.
Nagito, what are you doing?
He's helping, okay?
Well, since we're opening with your witness testimony, I thought we should solidify the foundation.
Thank you for
It
that.
also provides a good warm-up.
Yeah. Okay, my headset is going on the fritz. Hold on a second. And also make sure the wireless thing is plugged in all the way. Okay, I think I'm good now.
What warm-up? This isn't a game, you know.
So you think.
Don't get mad. I just think warming up is really important. Especially since this isn't a
Yeah,
game.
keeps everybody on their toes.
What a waste of time. Well, I knew it would turn out like this anyway.
Now then, since we know Hajime's testimony is reliable, let us move on to the arguments.
Yes.
So this means Ibuki definitely climbed the stepladder all by herself, right?
It would
Yeah, I'm
seem that
positive.
way, yes.
Then that seals it! Ibuki committed suicide!
Maybe.
If Ibuki committed suicide, then who killed Hiyoko?
A murder coincidentally occurring in the same place as a suicide. Ain't possible, huh?
It could be, actually.
like I said before, it's pretty clear what the problem with this case is. The killer murdered Hiyoko while Hajime was gone. So all we gotta do is establish who could have possibly done that.
Then let's ask Hajime. How long would you say you were away from the music venue?
I couldn't have been gone for more than 10 minutes.
Yeah. That's not enough time to kill her and string her body up like that.
So they killed Hiyoko and taped her up within 10 minutes? There's no way that's
Exactly,
possible.
they keep taking my,
That's why the
commentary.
killer stalled for time by making the music venue a closed room.
No, we have the closed room thing like with Sakura again.
What do you mean, a closed room?
The killer blocked the venue door from the inside to try and keep us from entering right away.
But...
However, that door is
Isn't
the
there
only
a flaw
entrance to the
in
music
that?
venue, right?
I mean...
If they blocked the door from the inside, the killer would
Hiko's
not
still
have been
stuck
able
on
to
the fact
leave
that
either.
the killer joined us afterwards, but... Weren't we all...
You're absolutely right.
I don't know.
Which means, when we broke down the venue door, the killer was still
I don't
inside.
think so, no.
They were?
If that's the case, the only suspicious people are those who don't have an alibi for that time.
Oh, right, he was suspicious of Sonya and Kazuichi, wasn't he?
And that's you two! Sonya and Kazuichi!
Me too?
What the hell? Why's it gotta be us?
Well, we didn't see you.
The others all have alibis. Chiaki, Mikan, Hajime, and I all broke down the venue door together. Gundam met up with Hajime at the motel right before that. And if Akane and Nagito were laid up in the hospital, the only person that leaves is one of you.
There's another person who doesn't have an alibi. You know, Nekomaru.
He's out of commission.
Me too!
Hey, why are you talking like... Huh? You're kidding, right? You're not up to something weird, are
Monica
you?
was always up to something weird.
Please stop making bad jokes.
Anyway, if the killer was hiding inside the venue, we should obviously doubt the people who don't have alibis.
What a wicked way of backing us into a wall. Is this his professional skill?
I guess it would be. Now that I think about it, the killer was inside the music venue. You obviously think so, but that really it. Nope. Let's prove him wrong. Let's see. I'm not sure which one I need. I need to listen to the conversation.
The killer was still inside the music venue.
Let's...
By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
It's so hard to hit the white noise and not
It
hit
seems
what
they
they're
were
saying
trying
at
to
the same
stall for
time.
time.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
That's true.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
The drumstick?
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
Yeah.
You can use that as
Oh
a
my
bolt
God.
to lock the door. By doing that, the killer who was hiding inside waited till we gathered together and suddenly appeared.
So they look like they had just rushed over.
I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
The person's remark contradicts the truth. I should be able to prove that with my evidence.
The killer was still inside the music venue.
Okay.
By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
It seems they were trying to stall for
You need
time.
this?
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Maybe I have to copy something.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
Game.
You can use that as a bolt to lock the
It
door.
froze for a second.
By doing that, the killer who was hiding inside waited till we gathered together and suddenly appeared.
So they look like they had just rushed over.
I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
What
The
is
killer
it?
was still inside the music venue.
Right?
By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
This?
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
I feel like I'm being stupid.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door. By doing that, the killer who was hiding inside waited till we gathered together and suddenly appeared.
Actually, no.
So they look like
Hold
they
on
had
a
just
second.
rushed over. I have seen
I
this
think
in
I know
serial
which one
crime
I need to
dramas.
shoot. Hold on. I think I have it. I think. If it's
The
not,
killer was
then,
still inside the music venue by locking the door from the inside.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
That actually wasn't the one I was gonna shoot. They just clicked with me that they didn't lock it from the inside.
Hold on a second. There's also a possibility that the door was locked from the outside.
From the outside? How?
There was a semi-transparent glob stuck to the venue door. Maybe that's what they
Yeah,
used.
the glue.
Semi-transparent glob. Like rubber,
No.
maybe?
According to Chiaki, no. That semi-transparent glob was glue.
I see!
That semi-transparent glob must have been glue.
Glue?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, you tasted it, so you would know.
It had a firm, gel-like chewiness, and I could smell workshop chemicals the moment I put it in my mouth.
Still don't know why it was necessary for you to do that.
Based on all that, I'm certain it was glue.
I didn't know glue was edible.
It's not.
I believe it is not something one typically eats.
That glue was only
Yeah, it's
applied
not
to the
edible
areas
unless
where
you want to
both
die
doors
from
touched.
it.
By pouring it in the gaps of the closed door, they must have sealed the venue door from the outside.
And thanks to that, a glob of glue was left where the door was stuck. Yep, it fits perfectly.
Okay.
But if you just stick them together with glue, you'd be able to break down the door easily, you know?
I suppose.
That doesn't really matter. The killer only did that to make us think the door was locked from the inside.
What'd you say?
Yeah, you got fooled.
First of all, didn't that drumstick we found seem really obvious? Almost unnaturally so?
Like it was planted.
It was so obvious that it makes more sense to think the killer placed it as a diversion.
This killer is clever. I have
Are
to
you
say
saying the drumstick was a trap the killer set on purpose? Then I totally fell for that fucking
Yep,
trap.
it sure did.
Apologize to Miss Sonia and me. However, you're not allowed to slice open your stomach this time.
Okay.
In a quarrel, both sides are to blame. That's why it's better to just have no sides at all.
I suppose
So, during
I
the
don't know
10
about
minutes
that.
Hajime left the venue, the killer murdered
I feel like
Hiyoko
it's
and
impossible
created
to
a
not
closed
have conflict
space.
with people, 'cause
And they
differing
also taped
opinions
her
and
up
all
after
that.
killing her, right?
Yeah.
Even quick work has limits.
Oh, what unimaginable speed for a slowpoke like me.
Does anybody else notice that Mikan hasn't been stammering as much as she normally does?
If they couldn't have done it while Hajime was away from the venue, they must have done it earlier than that.
Wait, what?
But when Hajime got to the venue, only Ibuki's body was there, right?
Right.
And when you went back with everyone else, Kyoko's body was there too, right? But it's possible that the body was just revealed at that time, when Kyoko was actually killed earlier.
Just revealed?
Of course, the body wasn't revealed on its own. The killer did that too. Here, I have proof.
That's my evidence.
That scrap of paper. Is that what we found in the baton lighting at the music venue?
Yes.
That's right, but just what is this scrap anyway?
Wallpaper. The scrap was stuck on the baton lighting the music venue. Now I should be able to figure out what it is. Do I have to do a logic dive for this? Are you serious right now? Oh, Tainman's got it. Okay, I'm fine with that. Wallpaper, right? Yeah, wallpaper. I need a W. Destroy. Submit. A. Submit. Destroy. Destroy. Destroy this as well. Destroy this as well. Destroy this as well. Submit. And let's see. Need another L. There it is. Wallpaper. P. Almost forgot what the controls were for a second. Whoops. There we go. Nice. Did it without taking any damage.
Scrap. Isn't it part of the wallpaper in the storage room?
Sure is.
In the music venue storage room, there should have been black wallpaper that's the same color as that scrap. There was also a tear along the edge of the wallpaper, wasn't there? If so...
So, Killer took it down and accidentally tore it.
You're right.
I have a question,
You overlaid
though.
the scrap that was
I
caught
guess
on the
maybe
lighting.
because they were
tear in
crunched
the
for
wall.
time, but why didn't they fold it so that we didn't notice the tear?
See? It fits
Could
perfectly.
have just laid it down the other way around. That would have taken a second
I
to
see.
fix.
So the scrap that was caught on the baton lighting was originally part of the wallpaper.
And what's wrong with that? Does it have something to do with Hyoko's body disappearance?
Yes.
A mere nobody like me isn't important enough to answer that.
So you want me to answer it?
But if you guys were exceptional enough to identify that scrap of paper, you can figure this out easily.
Well, thank you. Part of the wallpaper I found in the storage room next to the sudden appearance of Hyoko's body. Sorry, I thought I heard something. Trace back from there, the answer should become clear. Alright, let's give this a try. Okay, what are we doing now? We're doing a logic dive now. Oh, gosh. Okay. Okay, just needed to remind myself of the controls. Okay, let's go. Okay. There is a time limit, but they give you more than enough time. Jump. Whoa. Ooh, I almost fell. Okay, question 1. Why did Hyoko's body suddenly appear at the crime scene? It was hidden. Red path. Okay. Maybe I do need the ability that lowers the acceleration during logic dive, because it is a little bit too strong that I'm actually feeling it. Whoa. Okay, question number 2. What did the killer use to hide her? The wallpaper. A curtain, no. Okay, wallpaper. Successful. Okay, don't fall. If you fall or run into obstacles, you take damage, and I don't need to take damage. Whoa. Whoa. Oh my god. I almost fell. Great. Cool. Cool. Great. Oh, am I supposed to ramp off the blue thing, or can I not touch that? Oh, I'm supposed to ramp off it. Okay. I've associated blue with dodge this, so excuse me for taking damage there. Why did the killer hide it? Wait, how? They covered the pillar? Okay, cool. Great. That's the end, but I took damage, so it means I can't get the get through a trial without taking damage achievement. It's always something small that makes it so that I can't get it. It's very upsetting.
Got it! Hyoko's body was hidden before we found it.
But it would have taken quite a long time to tape up a hidden body.
No, the body was already taped up and the killer hid it, along with the pillar using the wallpaper.
What? They hid the pillar?
Yeah, by wrapping the wallpaper around the pillar, the killer was able to create a slightly larger pillar. So when I first discovered Ibuki's body, Hyoko's body was already there.
Oh,
However,
wow.
because it was concealed within a slightly larger pillar, I didn't realize that at the time.
Oh, okay, that's clever.
Well, that's understandable. I mean, it makes sense that you'd notice Ibuki's body right away.
Right.
So they used the baton lighting on the ceiling to hang the wallpaper?
The baton lighting forms a perfect circle around the pillar. So using it to hang the wallpaper totally fits.
Yeah.
Then, the reason the wallpaper was covered in so many stickers is to make it look like that killer.
That's how they hid Hyoko's body, and then peeled off the wallpaper as soon as I left the music video.
But the killer made a mistake. They accidentally ripped off a piece of the wallpaper. And because of that, a scrap was left on the baton lighting.
Actually, now, I was about to say, why didn't they lower the baton lighting and then take it off? But I guess it would have taken too much time. Though I was gone for 10 minutes, so would it have really taken that long?
Killer must have been in a hurry. Their plan took too long. Hajime could have walked in on it.
But going to the trouble of hiding the body and the killer is very bold and risky.
Yeah.
But the crime itself would be much easier to pull off since they don't have much to do while Hajime's gone.
I kind of have a hunch as to who the killer is. Only because Mikan seems really suspicious because she keeps saying, "Oh, I'm such a slowpoke, I wouldn't be able to do that in time. I know that's so bold and risky, not like me, who's meek and cowardly."
They just have to peel off that wallpaper and stash it in the storage room.
Then,
Sorry.
when was Hyoko actually killed?
That is a very good
point.
question.
And on that note, it's about time we shed some light on those imitation
Yeah,
murders.
let's do it.
You mentioned imitation murder more than once. But what is that?
Are you kidding me? You haven't seen my masterpiece? The Wizard of Monami 2.5D?
Hey, don't put my likeness in your movies without my permission.
You're pretty noisy for someone who eats mothballs.
Did he say mothballs or mothballs? Because I heard moth, like the flying insect.
I don't eat moss balls. I just enjoy looking at them.
Okay, whatever,
I
you two.
knew it. There are so many similarities. It must have been intentional.
Ibuki's death by hanging matches the Scarecrow's death from the movie.
True.
Not just that, but Hyoko getting taped up after her death matches the lion's death.
Not exactly.
It's as if both crimes were replicas of scenes from the movie, although the mutilated Tin Man was omitted.
What if the mutilated Tin Man was the killer's execution? Just to complete
But
the
why did the
imitation
killer
murder?
go to all this trouble in the
That
first
would be
place?
interesting.
Based on what we know, the reason the killer chose these imitations isn't that difficult to figure out.
Convenience, unoriginality. Oh, well, that too, to mix up the killing order.
I see!
The reason the killer imitated two of the murders from the movie was so he'd mix up the killing order.
Then, Hyoko was actually killed before Ibuki?
Would seem
A
so.
valid line of reasoning.
Yeah, it's valid. The condition of Ibuki's body suggests that as well.
What do you mean?
Do you mean?
Yeah, exactly. What do you mean?
If you're going to cry and beg like that, then I guess I'll hear about the condition of Ibuki's body.
Oh God, Gundam.
I'm not even crying.
Nor is she begging.
I'll let you sob as much as you want later. Just hurry up and tell me before I change my mind.
What a jerk!
Oh, I see. You want me to explain it to you, right? Because you don't understand what I'm saying, right?
Yes.
An even bigger jerk? Impossible!
Look, Ibuki died because she hanged herself, right? That means when she was still alive,
I love the
her
banter
feet
in
were
this
touching
game.
the
It's
floor.
hilarious.
What's wrong with that?
But it seems Ibuki was still standing when Hyoko was killed. That would mean Hyoko was killed before Ibuki.
Yeah, and we have evidence to back that up.
How right. Your words are so right as the sylph's feather. Your opponent is out of your league. It is too absurd to try to perplex me so inadequately.
In other words, you're confused, Stow.
Man, he's being annoying again.
First and foremost, you claim Ibuki's feet were touching the floor when Hyoko was killed. How can a low-class creature with no psychic abilities like you know something like that?
Because she was doing something that's only possible if her feet were on the floor.
It seems you suffer from a pathetic delusion.
Says the one who's actually suffering from a pathetic delusion.
You're one to talk.
Exactly. Anyway, if this continues, we're just going to talk in circles. I think it's just if we clarify Ibuki's status when Hyoko was killed. Yep. Let's do it. So I need the blood on the souls, yes. Oh, it's already set. Great.
When Hyoko died, Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
Whoa.
I am telling you to present your evidence.
Did you see her walking?
No.
If her feet were on the floor, was there any sign she stepped on something?
Yes.
I agree with that.
Good job, Sonia.
Just as Sonia said, Ibuki stepped on something. That something was blood. There were faint bloodstains on the soles of her slippers.
That is not Ibuki's blood, right? She suffered no external injuries.
Then it's Hyoko's blood.
Yep.
Hyoko's only wound was a fatal slice on her neck. And she died almost instantly, right?
Right.
If Ibuki stepped on her blood,
It means Ibuki was still standing when Hyoko was mortally wounded.
Because of her despair disease, she couldn't do anything to help Hyoko.
Which means Ibuki was still alive at the exact moment Hyoko was killed.
Don't underestimate the power of the evil
Oh my
eye.
god, Gundam. Fine.
Is that it? A shepherd dressed in his Sunday's finest still reeks of lamb, Hajime Hinata.
Does that mean you have a rebuttal?
Yes.
Does that mean you have a rebuttal? But are you sure you're sure?
Yes.
If I show you how serious I am, this world might be destroyed, you know.
Uh-huh.
You're so frightened you can't even make a sound. It seems you realized our difference in status.
My god, it's like somebody who's plays D&D but is constantly in their D&D character all the time. Oh my god.
However, the time for conviction starts now. You better entertain me to the fullest.
Okay, let's do this. So what do I need? Smudge on the floor.
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belongs... impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no... You can't step on blood that was never there.
I didn't realize...
Just about
We usually do more
see
than
a nice
one
thing.
save, okay? Excuse me for making a mistake. Yeah. Yeah.
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belongs... impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no blood on the floor.
Yes, there was.
Allow me to cut through those words.
Okay. Apparently there are one-round rebuttals. Okay.
That's not it.
If there
the
were
reason
some
there was no
earlier,
blood
I
on the
don't
floor is
remember
because
that.
the killer wiped it away afterward.
Don't say such foolish things. You don't have proof of that at all.
I do.
Yes, I do. If you look closely, there's a streak on the floor where blood was wiped away.
When the killer tried to hide Hyoko's body, they probably cleaned the blood at the same time, but Ibuki must have already stepped in it, and the killer probably didn't even realize it.
The reason they wiped off the blood on the floor was so we'd mix up the order of the murders, right?
I don't see how wiping up the blood on the floor would mix up the order of the murders at all, but sure, let's go with that.
Even if they're able to hide Hyoko's body, it'd be bad if her blood was left out in the open.
I guess because it would make people look for bloodstain in other places.
Plus, Ibuki's body was left out in the open, and it wasn't bleeding from any open wounds at all.
Oh, I see your point now. Okay, I get it.
Hyoko's body was probably wrapped in duct tape to stop her bleeding.
actually, the bleeding will stop once the heart stops beating. So I don't think they had to go that far.
Well,
Aside from
I guess.
Nikon, none of us were aware of that fact. So the killer
unless what she
probably
just
did
told
not
us
know
was
it
a
either.
lie. I mean, okay.
Maybe the heater was running inside the music venue so it would screw with Nikon's autopsy?
That's right! I didn't know the time of death because of the heater!
The time of death wasn't mentioned in the Monokuma file just to keep concrete evidence from us.
Yep.
Yep. Since we have all this evidence, there's no one else who wants to object, right?
Right.
Then it's decided. Hyoko was killed before Ibuki.
It appears that it is wiser to retreat for now.
Thank you for acknowledging we're right.
Fine then. But regardless of good or evil, there's no deceit in upholding one's convictions.
Okay, you win on that
Can't
point.
you just shut up and back off?
Now then, let us resume our debate.
I like Gundam a lot.
Wait a sec. There's something I want to run by Monokuma
Again?
first.
Again? Didn't something like this happen last time, too?
Yeah.
Hey, if the victim actually committed suicide, what are we supposed to do?
That's a good point, because when Sakura committed suicide, there's at least a substitute for the execution. So, yeah.
The same as always. You have to vote for who the killer is. Think about it. A suicide means you've killed the most important existence of all, yourself. Unfortunately, that means there's no Blackened to punish, but I guess in a pinch, I can always punish Monami.
Because you're his
Nagito,
personal punching
what
bag.
do you mean? If the victim actually committed suicide?
Is it the F part that's bothering you?
Well, I mean, I understand Hyoko's dead, but I'm wondering if Ibuki was really murdered.
Okay.
For example, it's possible Ibuki killed Hyoko, and then committed suicide due to a guilty conscience, right?
Yes, that's possible. That crossed my
That's
mind
totally
too.
impossible. Then she never would have killed her to begin with.
Actually, she was underneath the despair disease, and it seemed like she couldn't do anything unless someone told her to.
She was afflicted by the despair disease, remember? That means anything can happen.
But if Ibuki's the killer, she wouldn't have been able to falsify the sequence of the murders, right?
Oh, yeah, good point.
After Hajime saw the hanged body, the sudden appearance of Hyoko's body soon after means
Yeah, that's right.
the killer had to be alive at that time.
Then she was alive.
No.
When Hajime
Nagito.
first discovered Ibuki, she was just pretending to be dead.
Okay, now you're messing with us.
If she waited until Hajime left, that's when she could have made her move and mess with the crime scene.
No.
She hanged herself. Remember? There's no fucking way she could have faked that.
And if she was going to fake her death, I think she wouldn't have chosen hanging. Her body would have been defenseless in that state. If anyone touched her, that alone would have ruined her plan.
I see. So that means there's no doubt that someone killed those two. I'm glad. Now I'm free to search for the killer.
Okay.
What the heck?
There's still one more issue on my mind.
What?
If Ibuki didn't commit suicide, then just what was that video Hajime saw?
Yeah, good point.
According to that video you saw, Ibuki was by herself when she climbed the stepladder, right?
Yes, but also, we never saw her actually put the noose around her neck and hang herself. We just saw her start to climb up and grab it. And then the lights went out, or the candle went out, so...
Then does that mean someone forced her to do it?
Completely possible, given her form of the despair disease she had.
Forced? Perhaps they used hypnotism or something?
No need for that.
I don't know anything about that.
Don't say it all proud.
Putting that aside, it seems obvious that the killer did something.
What?
So, maybe we should figure out who was able to do whatever that was.
What is something? Don't speak vague sentences.
So, an alibi. Then our plan is to destroy the weakest alibi.
Okay, who has the weakest alibi?
Since Hajime has seen the video, it is clear what time the crime took place.
Right before the Monokuma announcement.
But just to be sure, that surveillance camera doesn't have a record function, right?
Correct.
It's a cheap-ass surveillance camera, you know? There's no way it'd have some kind of sweet recording feature.
Then, the video Hajime saw was actually live?
Yep.
What time did Hajime see that video?
I saw it at the hospital, right before Monokuma's
So
morning
a little
announcement.
bit before 7 a.m.
And I saw the body at the music venue a little after Monokuma's announcement.
So Ibuki hanged herself right before Monokuma's announcement. And since we established that Hyoko was killed before Ibuki, that means the time that the murders occurred was before and during the announcement.
Then, we just
Okay.
have to find the person who doesn't have an alibi during that
Feels a lot like Mukuro's trial from the first game. The whole time being off thing, like apparently Mukuro was killed in advance, like way in advance, and we just didn't realize that. I kept getting the same vibe from this.
Now then, I shall issue my decree. Let Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi commence.
Okay. Let's see. Who has the weakest alibi? Nikon's account? Let's see. Let's hear what they have to say first.
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane,
Yes.
right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
Yeah.
That's not an alibi.
It's kind of
Aside
true.
from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed.
Okay, so somebody... the murder supposedly happened before and during the morning announcement. The person who doesn't have an alibi for that time.
We can exclude the sick
Okay,
people
so
like me and Akane, right?
Yukiko's fine.
And what about the others?
Sonia's account,
Right before the
which
morning
was
announcement,
Yoko's thing about going to...
I was
thing.
totally sleeping
Okay.
in my motel room.
Khan's account.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
I think McConn's account
about
is the
you
most
guys?
flimsy. It's not just because
was where
I
was
already
supposed to be,
suspect
my
her.
own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then...
Nope,
No, that's wrong.
Mikan doesn't. Because remember, we broke off from her.
Hold on. Not all of us are missing an alibi. In fact, Mikan and I both have alibis.
Oh, we're trying to say who does have an alibi? Okay, I was thinking wrong, but I still feel like Mikan's case is flimsy.
You two have alibis?
Yes, we
Up
did.
until I saw that hanging video, Mikan and I were actually together for a while.
Go, don't say anything.
We even woke up together that
Mikan!
morning.
Okay,
Hey, what kind of situation
you
is
fell asleep on
that?
top of me, okay?
I accidentally fell asleep on top of Hajime.
And we almost died twice.
Too much info.
Don't think about it too much, okay?
Yeah, it's not like that. She just came to tell me Nagato's condition had improved.
And we went to the hospital together afterward. So we were together until right before the announcement.
Exactly my point of why it seems flimsy. We were together until right before the announcement, but what about during the announcement?
I get it. You guys have alibis.
No. Mikan doesn't.
If that's the case, the killer must be someone
Come on, you
else.
guys.
It's better if we think about it like that.
Okay, who are we gonna suspect now? That's obviously
The
wrong.
killer decided to falsify the murder sequence to hide the actual time of the crime anyway.
So it's inevitable that an alibi for both before and during the morning announcement would be very important.
It feels like Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has backed us into a corner instead.
I don't think so.
But committing an imitation murder, is that really all it was?
There we go. Nagito's
Faking the time the crime
got
occurred
it.
by falsifying the murder sequence, hiding their alibi in the process? Was that the only reason the killer made both bodies imitate the movie?
Are you saying there was another reason?
I feel really bad for confusing you guys so much. But that's how I feel.
and I completely agree with how you're feeling.
I think the killer had a completely different reason for falsifying the murder sequence.
So it had a different reason? If that's the case, are we still in the killer's trap? Is that a trap set by one of us? If so, then whose? And what kind of trap is it? We're about to go to the Monami and Monokuma halftime show, aren't we? Yep. What do you guys have to say now?
Hiya!
Why, hello there, Monami. The moss balls sure look tasty, Jay. Stop it! Don't characterize me as someone who lives off moss balls. And here's some chance time. What's that? Now then, Monami's appeal time starts now. Huh? Appeal time? Your kind-hearted big brother is gonna give you the chance to reclaim your honor. Good luck! Show those jerks who treat you like a red-headed stepchild who's boss. That's 99% your fault. While you were whining, your time's already running out, so please make your appeal simple. About 30,000 words or so. That's too long. It'll just be a boring appeal. Come on, if your appeal is successful, there might be merchandise opportunities heading your way. And I'm Usami, magical miracle girl Usami. I'm an itty bitty girl who's sweet like milk. Jeez, and I thought a certain robot's little sister was supposed to be the best.
What a disappointment!
Who are you talking about? I have no clue whatsoever. Talking about you, Monami. Yeah, I'll save. Save here. Okay, let's resume. Monami's gonna tell me to remember to save, even though I just saved.
Once again, I've been put in such an unreasonable situation. Seriously, he's like the king of unreasonableness. Why did it turn out like
I'm gonna
this?
jam to her theme music.
We were supposed to have a fun, friendly school trip, but it turned out all
You said
bloody
this
instead.
the past 2 times. I get it. You're unhappy about it.
No, this definitely cannot be allowed.
But there wouldn't be a
That's
game if it
why
wasn't allowed.
I want you to remember this. Everyone, do your very best. Don't lose to yourself. And don't forget to save
Who
frequently.
plays this game and doesn't save? Okay, and I think on that note we're going to end the episode here. We will continue with this later and see what Nagito is up to. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this one, give this video a like. Also be sure to like my Facebook page and follow me on Twitter, as well as support my Patreon. All 3 links will be in the description below. And subscribe for more. And if you are subscribed or a new subscriber right now, be sure to hit that bell icon to get notified when I upload videos. This is Viola Rules, signing off. Talk to you later.